The story opens with excitement in the Blenheim Empire. Crowds marvel at the flying billboards, snow wine, book signings, and more, all praised as the work of Her Grace, the Grand Duchess. Annette is approached by Loic, who says, "I've been looking all over for you. Do you know how anxious I was when I couldn't see you?" Annette responds, flustered, "Ah. Oh my, oh my." Loic, unbothered by public attention, pulls her closer. "People are watching." "And what of it? You haven't even given me our first kiss today." Annette muses, "How did it come to this? I was supposed to quietly live for just 1 year, get divorced, and disappear. But everything I touched turns into a hit, and I even melted the cold northern duke. Could it be that I'm really cut out to be a Grand Duchess?" Her thoughts flash back to 1 year ago at the Frice estate. Her family scolds, "This is beyond disgraceful for our family. Sending only 500 daner for a marriage to a Marquis family? And he plans to send a proxy instead of attending the wedding himself? What did you do to make the Grand Duke behave so shamelessly?" Annette, inwardly, even knowing the original story, sending a proxy instead of the groom is absurd. I remember the novel, The Saintess becomes a duchess in the future. She's not the heroine, she's Annette Frice, the illegitimate daughter born of the Marquis's wife's affair, a villainess who, in the original, gets hanged after harassing the heroine. But I'm different from the Annette in the original. I won't refuse the marriage, nor will I remain here. I shall file an official complaint with the Grand Duke about this. Annette takes charge. "Out of my way, we'll postpone the ceremony until we've properly extracted the wedding expenses. What if we held the wedding at a temple? We should use this marriage as an opportunity. If we use the side chapel, the budget the Grand Duke sent should be sufficient." The family objects, "A side chapel?" Annette insists, "The vow is the most important part of the wedding. And besides, I don't want to trouble father with this matter." Surprisingly, her pragmatic stance impresses the family. "This is the first time you've said something helpful to the family." "Very well, but the officiant must be the high priest himself." Annette beams internally, marry the Grand Duke with just 500 daner. First goal, achieved. Her brother, Ferdinand, mocks, "A wedding with no guests? Trying to impress father, are you? That'll only make the Grand Duke think even less of you." Annette, undeterred, "I already know that. Our family refused the Northern Beast War support request. The previous Grand Duke of Blenheim made a blood pact with a dragon to protect the North and died for it. Of course they hate us. Father's plan is to use my marriage to restrain the Grand Duke's influence. There's no need for you to sacrifice yourself. Is he worried about me?" She feels a rare moment of warmth from her brother. "It's fine." How admirable. Annette moves aside, but mutters in irritation, "Ugh, what a jerk." 2 weeks since being possessed into Saint Duchess love, Annette reflects, "I've adjusted far better than expected. Honestly, I don't even want to go back to my original world. Of course, I'm not treated well in the Frice household." She sighs over her new situation but is thrilled about her future, a territory surrounded by snow-covered mountains, a beautiful castle with towering spires, a quaint medieval village lined with cozy homes. Just imagining it makes my nosebleed pop. The Grand Duke, described in the novel as a total heartthrob. After accepting the proposal, Annette notes, "The Marquis is really going through with this. My mistake. I thought sending only 500 daner would make him back out." In Blenheim, the Duke's council discusses, "Tell him to dream on. That woman will never set foot in Blenheim." Loic Blenheim, Grand Duke of Blenheim, remains unmoved as Annette's fate unfolds. "But how are you planning to refuse her?" asks the aide. Dimitri, captain of the First Knight Order, chimes in, "We can't just leave her behind after the wedding ceremony." Farrell, the reluctant aide, is nominated. Farrell will go. He grumbles, "Why do I always get stuck with jobs like this?" Vice Commander Hedrick is given escort duty. "And since you'll be in the capital, take a few men from the First Knight Order. There's something you need to do." Farrell sighs, internally, "I can't do things like this. To marry the daughter of my sworn enemy who killed my parents. I'll just wait for the right time and then divorce her." The wedding day arrives. Annette's thoughts are a swirl of anxiety and determination. To be frank, your hair isn't platinum blonde, it just has a lot of white in it. If your hair color is dull, your complexion should at least be bright, but even with makeup, it's just, she examines herself. Oh. I look kind of pretty today. Servants assure her, you have no idea how worried the Marquis is about you being mistreated in the north. He personally handpicked new people to serve you. Annette scoffs, worried, my foot. It's just his way of spying on Blenheim and me. Annette's inner resolve is firm, things won't go the way Marquis wants. The vows begin. Farrell, acting as Loic's proxy, trembles. I, Farrell Otis, on behalf of Loic Blenheim, vow to fulfill the duty of love and respect for my entire life. Annette, with self-deprecation, for his entire life? I'll be lucky not to get kicked out immediately. She in turn vows, I, Annette Ferris, also vow to fulfill my duties as a partner with all my heart and soul. Time to exchange rings. Annette thinks, it's not like I have a contagious disease. He's trying so hard not to touch me. The priest announces, by this act, I now pronounce that this holy wedding ceremony has been fulfilled. Annette considers, it's finally over. Now I have to attend to that illegitimate child again. The estate staff, sent to follow her, grumble, the Marquis is so cruel, telling us to follow an illegitimate child instead of Lady Raidry. Lady Annette. Good. Huh? Where did she go? Annette sees her chance, just like this, I'll run away quickly before I have to deal with the Grand Duchess again. If I just leave a letter saying I had to depart in a hurry and couldn't go together. Suddenly, Annette is stopped. Where are you going in such a hurry? She's startled, I was trying to leave quickly before running into Her Highness, a voice calls, Your Highness? Annette is delighted. I'm glad I caught you before we missed each other. Well then, let's go together. Farrell protests, what do you mean by that? Annette replies brightly, isn't it only natural that I follow you to meet my husband? To think of leaving right after the wedding ceremony. Farrell is overwhelmed, there's no carriage for Annette. Don't worry about that. I've already prepared my own carriage. Farrell's group stares, you're going to ride in that? It's making a strange noise. Annette reassures, it's fine. I confirm the wheels are rolling properly. Farrell insists, that's not it, the journey will be difficult for you in a carriage like this. Annette beams, don't worry about that either. I put in plenty of cushions. Farrell's team protests, we packed lightly, we don't have enough manpower to escort you, Your Highness. Annette retorts, and who are they, if not the escort? Farrell is flustered, escort? Knights. Avert your insolent gazes. You are in the presence of Her Highness. Annette muses, I heard they're the best knights in the Empire. They seem dependable. Farrell tries another excuse, the ground has only recently thawed, so the roads are muddy. Annette laughs, Sir Farrell's carriage will be in the lead, so why does that matter? Don't worry. If you leave first, I'll be sure to follow you. Annette rejoices, finally. I'm free from the Ferris family. Sir Farrell seems surprisingly soft-hearted, which I'm very thankful for. A messenger approaches Annette, Your Highness. I was sent by the young lord. Annette asks, my brother, Ferdin? Yes, he said to give this to you if you were to leave, Your Highness. Annette wonders, how did he know I would be leaving? Did he happen to say why he was giving me this? The messenger answers, well, isn't it a wedding gift? The young lord even attended the wedding ceremony in person before he left. Annette is moved, he came in person. We're departing. The staff scramble, my lady. Where are you? Lady Annette. Janet? Have you by chance seen Lady Annette? She left just a moment ago. The Marquis told me I absolutely had to bring her back with me after the ceremony. Left? To where? Where else? To Blenheim, of course. Annette is deep in thought over Ferdin's gift, an expensive accessory with a note, if you ever need help, contact Arson's aunt. Surprised, she realizes, he really prepared this for me, and he even stayed for the wedding, knowing about my escape plan. Despite anxiety about deviating from the original plot, she's comforted. I had someone on my side. For some reason, I feel like I'll manage just fine in Blenheim. As travel stalls for a surprise joiner, Annette muses, "Didn't you say you were too busy to see me off?" She's told, "If you're uncomfortable, would you like to switch carriages with me?" But now awake and unable to sleep, she steps out for a walk, relishing, "This is the first time I've been completely away from the Marquis's estate." She overhears the knights. "Are you out of your mind? What do we do if we bring that woman back with us? We should have abandoned her roadside. She's following us on purpose, it's a scheme. Have you heard the rumors? She's the infamous villainess, a fake saintess, fooled Sir Farrell. They say she's a horrid person. Let's just leave her behind." Annette, listening, bursts out, "Everyone, you're being too harsh. How can you say such things about a noble lady? A single knight defends her, no matter what happens, I'll follow you to the end." Annette apologizes, "I didn't mean to eavesdrop, just listen to me for a second." Vice Commander Hedrick arrives. "We have to escort Her Highness, the Grand Duchess, to Blenheim." He turns to Annette, "I am Hedrick Gastant, Vice Commander of the Blenheim Knight Order. We will escort you safely." Annette replies, "I'll be in your care, Sir Hedrick." Annette tries to regain composure, "Sir, where will we be staying tonight?" Hedrick replies, "Once we pass the capital's border, we'll reach Marhen, planning to stay at an inn there." She notes the sun is almost down. Wouldn't the journey be difficult? Hedrick promises to hurry. Annette proposes, "How about Logie Inn? I heard it's excellent." The knights are wary, it's always crowded, and at this time of day, it'll be full, even if there are rooms, our party is too large. Nonetheless, Hedrick changes course, "If there aren't enough rooms, the Grand Duchess can take one and the rest of us will camp." The knights are weary, he's surprisingly agreeable, but now we may have to camp. It's not like we don't know the Logie Inn is nice, right? One asks gently, "Your Highness, will you be all right?" Annette replies confidently, "Just get ready to be amazed." Upon arrival, as expected, the knights report, "No rooms." Even tried to get one, but it's all taken by a large group. They suspect Annette acted on a whim. Was it just the whim of an immature duchess? Camping would be hard for a delicate duchess, maybe she'll admit defeat and we can go. Prepare to depart, we'll head to Marhen. But Annette says, "What are you all doing? Let's go inside." "Your Highness. We're sorry, but there are no rooms." Annette tells them, "Go back and check again." The knights try several times, exasperated. As the knights despair, Annette presents her trump card. "I've reserved the rooms and dinner for everyone." She hands the reservation certificate to the innkeeper. The first rule of entertaining clients is to make a reservation in advance. The knights are shocked. Annette smiles, "Well then, shall we start with our meal?" Annette thinks, a warm place to sleep and a full stomach is a sure way to win people. "How much did you sell it for?" they ask. "The amount is way lower than I expected," comes the answer. "We also need to make a profit too. That was the best price we could get." "Well, it's not like I'm his real child. No way the Marquis would have given me an expensive accessory. Turn it all into cash." "But why did you come to our information guild instead of going to a jeweler?" "I couldn't let the Marquis find out I sold the heirloom to make emergency money." A request, someone asks. Well, I had a request too. Might as well do both. By now, they probably requested a gate from Blenheim to the capital. I want to know when they're coming and when they're leaving. If it follows the original story, they'll find a way to leave me behind no matter what. Information as sensitive as Blenheim's isn't something we can share lightly. I won't be left behind that easily. Can't you at least check the gate list? Well, I just happen to have the list right now. Hurry up and show it to me. According to this schedule, they're leaving right after the wedding. Since you're already up north, it would be nice to stay at the Logie Inn. I wonder if something urgent came up. What a shameful schedule. You don't know? It's an inn run by a former royal palace chef. The food there is top-notch. Logie Inn? The rooms fill up quickly, so you have to go before sunset. Is there any way to reserve a room in advance? That's not really possible. We have a customer right in front of us. Why would we wait for someone who might not even come? Can't I just pay for the room in advance? We prepared a generous amount, but let us know if it's not enough. Deputy Commander, we still shouldn't eat, right? Her Highness was considerate enough, so everyone, please eat comfortably. Thank you. Thank you for the meal. Everyone hasn't had a proper meal or any rest, so it's no wonder they're hungry. Your Highness. But how did you manage to reserve the room? I heard everyone coming to the capital wants to stay at the Roji Inn. Even so, how did you? Did you think I'd go back today? It's not like I came for a pleasant reason, so I didn't think I'd be staying long. Then, enjoy your meal. I'll head upstairs to eat. I definitely can't let it slip that I did background research. Since you came all the way to the capital because of me, I just wanted to repay you a little. I hope you get some proper rest after the long trip. Keep raising their favorability toward me. Honestly, I didn't expect her to think about us this much. Right? Thanks to Her Highness, we even got to come here. She seems nicer than the rumors say. Suddenly, a chaotic scene unfolds. What is going on? I drank way too much. Thankfully, it looks like everyone had a good time. Your Highness. We greet Your Highness. Good morning, Sir Leon. Did you sleep well? She knows my name. Yes. Thanks to your concern, I slept well. That smells great. What's on the menu? It's tomato stew for the knights. In Blenheim, they usually cook spicy tomato stew the day after a banquet. So it's a hangover dish? But this sharp and spicy smell, it's just like, I want kimchi stew. Shall I have Your Highness's meal prepared and brought up? This? No need. I'll have this. I'll eat with the knights. With us? But this is commoner's food. It's probably a lot spicier than what you're used to. Even better. I like spicy food. I really feel like a foreigner trying kimchi for the first time. Ever since I got possessed, I haven't had this kind of spicy kick I've missed so much. The bold, spicy taste that makes a Korean's heart race. This is really delicious. It feels like it's clearing me up inside. Her Highness actually understands what it means to feel cleared up. Blenheim appointment under royal decree. Everyone from Blenheim loves this stew. Outsiders often can't even take a bite because it's too spicy. Then maybe I should have another bowl? The Grand Duchess will be returning to Blenheim with you. Is this guy out of his mind? We'll need to prepare His Highness's room. Pearl seems completely forgotten the order from his superior. Whitley, butler of Blenheim Estate, mutters that Her Highness came without any maid or escort, making it difficult to send her back. Yet she's polite and considerate. Even at the wedding where a representative stood in for her groom, she showed no discomfort and gets along well with the knights. She's nothing like the rumors. They better prepare to receive His Highness. I can't understand the Marquis's daughter at all. Any ordinary noble lady would have felt ashamed after a wedding without a husband. Wasn't the Marquis's daughter known as a notorious villainess in the capital? Isn't His Highness known as the monstrous Grand Duke who drinks magical beast blood? Yeah, I know better than anyone how unreliable rumors can be. Don't tell me, is Pennell being threatened? Still, she's not an ordinary woman. Maybe that's for the best. A delicate woman wouldn't last long in the north. In any case, it's better if she has some strength. What am I even thinking about right now? We can't just send the Marquis's daughter back after she's ridden a carriage for a full week. Just prepare one room. We'll send her back within a few days. We can't give Marquis Reyes any reason to criticize us. Understood, Your Highness. This is as far as it goes. Any kindness toward her as my wife on paper ends here. After leaving the Roji Inn, the group took the carriage straight north. Passing through the gates, Annette tried to wash her face in the river, but is told, Her Highness, the Duchess, can't just wash her face in the river like the knights. She asks for heated water, which is a hassle for the servants while freshening up. she is greeted by Sir Johaz, who came to fetch warm water for her. Annette reassures, "Don't worry so much, the river water is nice and refreshing. Go ahead and wash up comfortably." She finished her morning routine, even in the forest rather than an inn, sleeping soundly. She cooked some food herself, showing off to the knights. The knights, initially wary, began to lower their guard around her, seeing her genuine nature. "Your Highness, try this. The flavor's incredible," they urged as she ate. Soon, they were nearing the Grand Duke's estate. Annette thought to herself, maybe I should dig up some info about him. The knights said they'd tell her everything, except the vault code. They informed her the Grand Duke eats everything like he's chewing on tree bark and that some days he doesn't say a word all day. They described his personality as curt, even comparing him to an icy cliff. Yet, he deeply cherishes his people and is the youngest master swordsman at 15, the only one who can slay beasts with sword energy alone. Annette sighed. So he's insanely strong, loves the north, and will abhor a marquise daughter like me. The Grand Duchy was magnificently huge, even more imposing than imagined. Annette was told the Grand Duke was too busy to meet her in person. "I see, that's all right. He missed his own wedding because of work, didn't he? Honestly, I'll consider it lucky if he doesn't kick me out on the spot." She was introduced to Whitley, the solemn head butler. "Your Highness, I shall show you to your room. You must be tired after such a long journey." Though older, Whitley was intimidating. Her room was warm and comfortable, and Annette loved it. She requested, "Please inform His Grace I wish to see him when he returns." She was determined. "I spent my journey thinking about how to win him over. He might fall in love at first sight when he sees me." Among the residents of Blenheim, whispers danced about, "Your Highness, this is too cruel. How can you treat Our Lady like that?" "Our Lady? Has my aide lost his mind? She's come all this way. Sending her back so soon is unthinkable. If you'd seen what she rode in on, you wouldn't say that. She came here in that rickety cart?" The pampered noble lady likely complained the whole journey. "Her hair looks just like a snow-covered mountain. Farrell, stop defying my orders. After a few days' rest, send her back to the capital. She rode all the way in that cart, she's got some guts. It'd be better if she returned to the capital's comforts soon. The Grand Duke hasn't arrived yet." The next day, the question on everyone's mind, when is the Grand Duke coming? The very next day, still, he does not come. Another day passes, so it's true, he's avoiding me. If the Grand Duke dares to treat me this way, then he leaves me with no choice. I shall take action myself. Yeah. Now that I think about it, it was strange. I'd like to look around the castle a bit. Butler informs her, "Your Highness, the structure of the Grand Duke's castle is classified as a military secret." The reply comes, "So you'll need His Grace's permission to do so." Frustrated, she says, "Then where's the Grand Duke's room? I'll just go ask him myself." She mutters, "This is no different than being locked up in the Marquis' estate." In the original story, Annette never even spoke to the Grand Duke and ended up having the marriage annulled. Since they won't tell me, oh well. I'll just have to figure it out myself. Determined, she sets off. It's the Duke's room, after all, it's bound to be the most extravagant. If I knock on each door one by one, I'm sure I'll find it eventually. As she wanders, this one is locked. This one too. Oh. A rare unlocked one. Most of them are locked. A servant appears nervously. "Greetings, Your Highness." She notes, just a servant giving me a sour look. Not discouraged, she presses on, "But I won't give up." Another voice asks, "The Duchess?" She knocks and someone answers, "Yes, sir." Another asks, "Are you, the Duchess?" She observes, that tired, drained face. Looks so familiar, and warmly greets, "Greetings, Your Grace." She reassures, "Don't mind me. I hope I didn't interrupt anything. You've got it rough." Revealing her background, a reincarnator who once worked her way through junior positions. "You're probably the hardest working bunch in the castle." She thanks them, "Thank you for devoting yourselves to the duchy. Your true talents. Let's meet again sometime." Whispers spread, why did she come all the way here? Not even His Grace has ever stepped in here before. Maybe she's snooping around? We hit the important stuff well, right? Still, this was my first time seeing her and, she's, really beautiful. What do you mean? The Duchess visited the junior staff? They say she's been wandering all over the castle all day. Even the stable boys and laundry maids have seen her. Is she spying? But another refutes, I don't think it's that. It seems like she's looking for you, Grand Duke. Your Grace, wouldn't it be best to meet her just once? Another admits, we're running out of ways to refuse. She's awfully persistent. Even the ever-composed Whitley looked troubled. As the tension rises, The Duchess? Your Grace, what are you? The Grand Duke cuts in, why Your Grace. He commands, be quiet. Have you seen Her Grace the Duchess? Someone urges, just meet her already, but another dismisses, don't talk nonsense. The Grand Duke inwardly thinks, no way she saw me, right? The reason I'm avoiding the Grand Duchess is actually for her sake. If we part without ever meeting, I'll just be remembered as a jerk. Time passes, it's already been 3 hours. He debates, if we do meet, her whole life might turn into bad luck. All she'll get from meeting her husband is proof of what a horrible man he is. The Duchess, exhausted, reflects, because you're watching me, I can't even go look for the Duke myself. So all I can do is wait here. If only you, Sir Notron, had given me a hint, I wouldn't be suffering like this. Sir Notron maintains, I can't disclose the location of His Grace's room. He adds, and, you won't be able to meet him today anyway. She demands, why? Is it because I'm here that he won't come out? Annoyed, she snarks, aha, what a rotten guy. How could he not even show his face once? I just need him to play nice for 1 year. She explains in her thoughts, in the original story, Marquis Ferris ends up committing treason. But he fails, and dies in the end. So until then, I have to remain the Grand Duchess to survive. I'll quietly keep my head down, act like I'm barely there, get divorced after a year, and go live freely, but for that, I need to meet the Duke and negotiate. Is she thinking of the Duke, and offers hospitality, ah. Would you like some stew? She asks, tomato stew? Yes, there's a place that makes Blenheim-style tomato stew that your Grace would surely like. Are we going out? Then let's stroll through town, shop a little, and enjoy a nice meal while we're at it. It'll do wonders for your mood. Then comes the key revelation, then shall we invite His Grace, who's in the West Wing End room on the 3rd floor, to join us? Surprised, she says, and is asked, shall we? She realizes, so that was where the Duke's room 15. How did I know where the Grand Duke's room was? That's all thanks to my brilliant deductive skills. There was a reason why I forced myself to drink tea out in the garden on such a cold day. The lord of the castle wouldn't use a room without a view of the garden. So the Grand Duke's room must be one of those with a good view of the garden. And they would have placed it as far as possible from my room on the easternmost side of the 2nd floor. In that case, the Grand Duke's room must be the one at the far west end. Although, it doesn't make sense that the Grand Duke would use the coldest, west-facing room in the castle. If that's not the case, maybe it's the other one after all, huh? Isn't that the Grand Duke? Ah. There's no doubt, that's definitely the Grand Duke. Did our eyes meet? Surely she didn't realize it was me, right? What the? Like a little chick, is Sir Notron not looking after the Duchess? What will happen if she catches a cold while drinking tea in the garden? What was I just thinking? Right, if the Duchess catches a cold, it'll just become a hassle. Nursing her back to health would require using the castle staff. What an annoying woman. This is the largest street in the north. Everyone calls it Gold Lane because the ground is decorated with gold. Wow. It's so bright. Is that real gold? It's coated in gold leaf left over from the Blenheim Mountains mines, to pave the road with real gold. I guess what the Marquis said about this being a wealthy territory was true. And yet, for our marriage, he sent a mere 500 danner. If I had my way, I'd storm in there right now. but that would put Sir Not Ron in a difficult position. Alright. Which is the most famous shop here? The people of the north aren't very sensitive. There aren't as many famous shops here as in the capital. They dislike waiting in lines for shops. I see. Without signs, I can't even tell what these places sell. To put it nicely, they're practical. To put it badly, they're unsophisticated. Well, since the goal is just to look around, let's take our time. Still, it's shopping. There has to be something for me. I couldn't find anything. All the shops here are so strange. Wah. This one looks nice, right? But hey, is this correct? If you're not buying, then leave. Should I get this one? Let's see. It's so pretty. This costs as much as a house. Huh, if you're not buying, then leave. Was shopping always this boring? There's hardly anything decent, and all the merchants are so unfriendly. Your Grace, are you alright? In a way, that's to be expected. In this isolated north, friendliness doesn't attract more customers, so there's no need to run things kindly. I'm a little tired. I'd like to get something to eat. Then shall we go have that tomato stew I mentioned earlier? My parents run an inn nearby. Sir Leon's parents, you say? To think Her Grace the Duchess loves tomato stew this much. When you go to Blenheim, you should stop by the inn run by Sir Leon's parents. I was curious about that place anyway, so this is perfect. Delicious food is the best. There's no one here? But he said it was famous. Oh my. It's an honor, Your Grace. I am the innkeeper, Marie, and this is my husband, Jacques. For you to specially seek out our inn, we truly don't know what to do with ourselves. I heard that the lady of the house was very talented. Sir Leon bragged about it endlessly. Until now, everyone in Blenheim who recognized me looked displeased. Goodness. Honey, did you hear? Her Grace knows Leon's name. Your Grace, is there any dish you'd like to eat? That's right, just say the word. Then, could I have the tomato stew? Make it very spicy and sharp. Oh my, you mean the Blenheim-style tomato stew? To think the Grand Duchess herself would ask for it. Just leave it to me. If you pair it with a white wine, you'll be able to enjoy the flavor even more. Wine. In our eagerness to treat Your Grace, we ended up making this and that. Then we will take our leave, so please eat comfortably. Don't be like that. Let's all eat together. What? That's unthinkable. How could we possibly? It's just too boring to eat alone. Come on, Sir Not Ron, you too? Me too. Well, then we will gratefully join you. This is delicious. It's the best tomato stew I've ever had. I'm glad it suits your palate. There's plenty of food and alcohol, so please have as much as you like. Your Grace, I say this out of concern, but you really shouldn't drink too much alcohol. Don't you worry, Sir Not Ron. I have never in my life met anyone who can drink more than me. You may not believe it, but I was acknowledged as the Queen of Drinking, I tell you. And that was my last memory at the inn. Huh? How did I end up like this? The Grand Duchess raised her glass again, crimson wine swirling like a storm in her hand. Grand Duchess, perhaps you should stop drinking wine? You should stop too, dear, she laughed. One more glass. It's fine, this much is nothing. And indeed, it was nothing to her. Once, at her old company, she had been the undisputed master of business drinking. Her role had been simple: drink with the clients and take them down. But her hosts' voices cut her doubt short. I wasn't speaking of you, Your Grace. Our welcome may have been humble, but thank you so much for receiving us so warmly. That's right. Who would dare hate the Grand Duchess? Just having you visit is an honor for our family. Their words softened her heart. Me, a person of the north, she murmured, almost to herself. Of course. The people of Blenheim will also soon come to know your true heart. Northerners are blunt by nature. Once you get to know them, they are more affectionate than anyone. She hesitated. The Grand Duke, too? Pardon? Is the Grand Duke affectionate, too? She asked softly. Even though he won't even see me? Her words hung heavy in the air. I want to get along with the Grand Duke, she whispered later to her maid, but he always avoids me. What on earth should I do? Please go to sleep, Grand Duchess, her maid pleaded. No, she cried, eyes flashing. I can't just stay like this and be helplessly kicked out. I know where the Grand Duke is anyway. Bring me some tea. I'll barge in under the excuse of having tea together. Her maid stammered, why yes. Now is the time for a last resort, she declared, fists clenched. I'll see this through to the end. But as she crept through the cold halls, tea tray trembling in her hands, her courage faltered. Grand Duke. I came here on the strength of my drunken courage, but, is it too much to just barge in? Then, a door swung open. She blinked in confusion. Huh? Is that the bathroom? A deep voice startled her. How did you get in here? She gasped. I'm sorry. I didn't know you were undressed. No, she whispered, heart pounding. I just wanted to see you for once, Grand Duke. I came to see my husband, who won't even meet me. She stumbled. Pain exploded as she fell. And in the end, she thought bitterly, I'm going to die from cracking my head open like this. If I knew this would happen, I would have had another bowl of tomato stew. Oh, what do I do? Are you all right? The Grand Duke asked, suddenly at her side. I'm fine, she murmured, blinking at him. Are you all right, Grand Duke? Blood stained his sleeve. Milady, he said firmly. Do not move. Are you all right? It looks like it hurts a lot. Grand Duchess, her butler cried, bursting in. Take the lady to her room at once, the Grand Duke ordered. Wait a moment. The Grand Duke is injured, he needs treatment quickly. I will attend to the Grand Duke separately, he said. For now, please leave. Later, as she lay in her bed, guilt clawed at her. If only I hadn't recklessly gone to the Grand Duke's room. It's all my fault. But something had happened there, something she couldn't explain. In that moment of contact, she had felt a warm energy seeping through her whole body. Was it because he hated touching me, she wondered. But the memory of his expression, fearful, almost pained, made her heart race. Why did the Grand Duke pull away so suddenly? And then she remembered. The curse. Long ago, during the demonic beast war, a weakened dragon had entrusted its mana core to the previous Grand Duke. With that power, he won the war and protected the north, but at the cost of his life. That cursed power now lived inside the current Grand Duke. When the dragon's mana raged within his body, there were only two ways to calm it. 1. To constantly expend energy through endless demonic beast subjugations. The other, to make physical contact with a woman who could receive and share the dragon's mana. In the original story, only the Saintess, Constantine, had that ability. Other women would suffer excruciating pain from even the slightest touch of the Grand Duke's hand, and if things went wrong, they could even die. That's why he avoided me, she realized. He was afraid I would get hurt. But she was perfectly fine. Why, she whispered into the night. The Grand Duke sat alone, his thoughts equally restless. At that moment, he thought, I felt the mana in my body flowing into her. A peacefulness I've never felt since birth. It was the first time since being cursed that I've felt completely alive. He had heard legends of a woman who could share mana. If the stories were true, then perhaps this woman, his wife, was the savior who could quell his pain. His heart raced. But instead of drawing her closer, he made his decision. If so. Milady, he murmured to the empty room, I will not beat around the bush. Please return to the capital now. Annette's heart lurched. What? Why? Because I refuse to let someone else dictate my fate, he said, voice low but firm. Being shackled to one dragon is more than enough for me. There's nothing more dreadful than having to crave someone else's touch for my entire life. I am married to you, Your Grace, she replied. Blenheim is my home now. The carriage will depart tomorrow, he said. Please have your things packed. Her lips trembled. Playing the sympathy card isn't working? In that case, her eyes narrowed. I want a divorce from you too, Your Grace. But not right now. Please let me stay here for just 1 year. After that, I'll leave without a fuss. Absolutely not. So stubborn, she tilted her head, voice teasing but sharp. Is it perhaps because you have another bride waiting? For instance, the princess of the Rondalus kingdom? I have no intention of going back. If you send me to the capital, I'll tell everyone there that you and I spent our first night together. What in the world? His composure cracked. Have you no shame, my lady? I'm just a little desperate. Her voice softened. So please, let me stay for just 1 year. It's not a matter of time, he hesitated, then his shoulders sagged. I'll be honest with you. I have inherited my father's curse. Any woman who touches me will experience great pain, and in the worst cases, it could even lead to death. Annette blinked. Yesterday, you were in danger as well, my lady. So for your own sake, it would be best for you to leave. He turned his head slightly. Very few people know this secret, so I trust that you will keep it safe as well, my lady. Annette's heart hammered. He's saying this to me, the daughter of Marquis Ferratine, but yesterday I was in close contact with him, and I was completely fine. She took a breath. In fact, Your Grace. I was perfectly fine, you know. His head snapped up. What? I'm talking about yesterday, she said carefully. I wasn't in any pain at all. In fact, it felt rather nice. The Grand Duke stiffened. Felt nice? His ears reddened. She's more innocent than I thought. Annette pressed on. I know you don't like me either, Your Grace. What? That's not what I meant. You made me walk down the aisle with another man, she continued. And even after I came all this way, you didn't even show your face once. That's. And even though the curse doesn't work on me, you're still trying so hard to kick me out. No, that's. If I go back like this, she whispered, everyone will say I was abandoned by you, won't they? I have nowhere else to go now, her voice cracked. Sob. My lady, his chest ached at the sight of her tears. Very well, he murmured at last. As long as you do not forget my warning, you may do as you please. So please, do not cry. I won't, she said, wiping her eyes. Wasn't she just crying? Then, shall we write up a contract? He asked at last. Is it necessary to write something like this? Of course. Contracts are very important, you know. He clearly doesn't know how scary contracts can be, Annette thought. On parchment, the words were written. Loic Blenheim and Annette Ferris agree to divorce after 1 year. Annette signed with a flourish. This should do it. Well then, she lifted her chin. I'll be in your care, Your Grace. I've been completely played, she thought grimly. I'm sure of it. And yet. I don't feel any pain even when I touch the Grand Duke. The next morning. Now that I've cleared the air with the Grand Duke, I feel so much better, Annette mused. Even though I'm only staying for a year. She glanced around the quiet castle halls. If I, the Grand Duchess, just act like a guest, even the castle's vassals and servants will look down on me. Besides, I'd go crazy if I just sat around doing nothing. My biggest goal is to live as if I'm not even here. But if the Grand Duchess does nothing, it'll just start strange rumors. So I have to work hard and do my part. Annette smiled politely. Good morning. I was wondering if we could have breakfast together. Excuse my intrusion. And she just barged in. No, you weren't rude, the Grand Duke said, adjusting his cravat. Are you trying to tie your cravat? Shall I do it for you? She asked. That's all right, you don't have to. Don't have to? Hey, I'm really good at tying knots, you know. I know how to tie one as well. Another one. But I'm really, really good at it. I'm also really good at it. Will this suffice? She asked, finishing the knot with a deft flick of her wrist. You don't have to be so tense, she teased. This will only take a moment. By the way, Your Grace, how long are you going to keep calling me my lady? What? If not my lady, then what should I? Grand Duchess. I am your wife, Your Grace. That's a bit, he muttered. If that's too much of a mouthful, you can call me Annette. Or maybe wife? I will call you Grand Duchess, he said stiffly. Sounds good, she smiled. Then shall we go have breakfast together? You've arrived, Your Grace. Today's breakfast is. The Grand Duke? The Grand Duke came down for breakfast. And they're even crossing arms? Breakfast was wonderful today, too. The chef at the Grand Duke's castle seems incredibly skilled. I'm glad it suits your palate. Dessert, strawberry shortcake. Do you like cake? It's more that the strawberries are just so delicious. The strawberries from Blenheim seem to be especially tasty. They were likely imported from Rondalis. I see. I'd love to visit Rondalis someday. I heard it's a very beautiful place. Ah. Maybe I'll get to visit for the Grand Duke's wedding a year from now? Grand Duchess. Ho ho ho, I'm just kidding. You're so fun to tease, Your Grace. Even after following the Grand Duke around, I still have so much time to kill. Before I was transmigrated, I would have been busy with work and meetings. But here, there's nothing to do but taking walks or drinking tea, Whitley. Ahem. His Grace the Grand Duke will be going for a walk in the garden this afternoon. Whitley must be one of the few people who knows about the Grand Duke's curse. He knows the curse doesn't work on me, so he must be helping me. Found him. Oh my. Your Grace, fancy seeing you here? Perfect. I was just about to go for a walk myself. I wonder if this is truly a coincidence. So, Your Grace, are you not accepting any help from the maids because of the curse? I have never liked being touched by others. I see. It makes sense. If someone could die simply because your body's touched, he couldn't, then any physical contact with others would be incredibly. Tell anyone how difficult it must have been. Ah, it's because I changed out of my training uniform this morning. Your Grace, your cravat is crooked. I'll fix it for you. You tied the knot the exact same way I did for you. You must have a good eye for things. Mumble. I didn't retie it, it's just, I felt it would be wrong to undo the knot you tied for me, so. What? If you didn't untie it, then how? Don't tell me, you took it off just as I tied it and then put it back on the same way? I simply thought it would be rude to undo it right away. Did you like my knot that much considering the effort you put into it? You can just untie, I can always tie it for you again. He's so cute. I need to get closer to him so I can see this side of him more often. Operation, visit him 3 times a day, starts now. Your Grace, are you asleep? Something broke again. Wouldn't it be better to have a servant at this rate, Grand Duchess? Is there an urgent matter? Nope, I just came to make my presence known and get closer to you so you can't kick me out. What? I can't say that, so I'd better make up an excuse. It's not urgent, but I came to say goodnight. May I come in for a moment? My attire is not appropriate for receiving you. Right. It's not like you're naked, so what's the problem? By that logic, isn't my attire inappropriate too? Of course your attire is also inappropriate. Does she not realize that's an even bigger problem? The hallway is so cold, can't I just come in for a second and then leave? I'll just warm up and be on my way. Really, I promise. She's so persistent. Just for a moment, then. I'm not going to eat you, Your Grace. Relax a little. I'm pretty sure I was only supposed to stay for a moment. How did things end up like this? So this is the bedroom. I didn't have the luxury to look around before, so I never got a proper look. It's quite simple for a room the Grand Duke uses. Oh my, Your Grace. You were sleeping? Did I wake you? No, that's not it. This won't do. Let me help you go back to sleep. Here. Hurry and lie down. Pardon? I said I'll help you sleep. I have to take responsibility for waking you. I'm really good at pulling people to sleep. Whenever I did presentations at work, the executives always fell right asleep. Do you take me for a child? No, that's not it, but he can't sleep deeply because of the pain. In Saint Duchess Love, there's a scene where the Saintess eases the Grand Duke's pain, which is caused by his mana. Even though their hands just barely touched, the pain that had been tearing through Loic's entire body vanished in an instant. I think the sentence went something like that. In that case, the more I touch him, the more his pain should subside. And come to think of it, since I started to properly touch him, the Grand Duke's face has looked much more at ease. The Grand Duke did me a favor by letting me stay in the castle. So I want to make him comfortable, too. I'm not leaving this room until you lie down in the bed, Your Grace. I don't care if the servants get the wrong idea. Wrong idea? What do you? If you don't want that, then please do as I say. I'll leave right away after. Grand Duchess. Why are you so stubborn? So you don't like it? Of course I'm telling you this just in case, but I am a knight who wields a sword. Don't try anything funny. Huh? Don't tell me you think I'm going to do something to you? But just you wait. Why my hand? Enough. You can just leave it. What on earth do you take me for? Please reflect on your words and actions until now, Grand Duchess. He never lets me get the last word in, does he? Once your hand gets warm, you'll fall asleep in no time. The strength in his hand is gone. He seems to have relaxed. His hand is really big. But a man this big? Or is Annette's hand just too small? Why does he have a face that looks like it could break at any moment? I'm glad he's asleep. His sleeping face looks just like a puppy's. This feels strange. I didn't feel anything when I was reading it in the novel. In there, his curse was explained in just a line or two. That short explanation in the original story was the Grand Duke's reality this entire time. I don't think I can treat him so lightly, like a character I need to win over. What? So you switched your day off again? Because there was no one to look after Simona's kids? Yeah. Apparently, her husband hurt his ankle or something. Oh no, how? There are maids here at this hour. She said the couple was trying to set the mood for the first time in a while. And just when things were getting good, the kids burst into the room. So her husband tried to get up in a hurry and tripped on the bed? Oh my. I bet they'll have a third one soon. What are you doing here? Hee hee, hee hee. Don't you know you're not supposed to be here at this hour? The head butler told us not to go near the central staircase after sunset. Don't be so dramatic. We were just standing here. Besides, what are you doing here? There's no warm water in Her Highness's room. Oh. She must be the maid in charge of my room. Her voice sounds a little familiar, too. I was just on my way to bring this. Here, you take it. What? This water is cold. It was warm before. It must have cooled down quickly because it's so cold out. Then go boil some more. Look at you. Am I your maid? I'm already tired from cleaning windows all day. This is so annoying. I guess I have to go all the way to the kitchen. Can't be helped. It must be such a pain to go all the way to the kitchen in the middle of the night. Still, thanks to that girl, I'll be able to drink some warm water. I should ask for her name the next time I see her. Good morning, Your Grace. Good morning. I'm so happy you appear to have rested well. Your face is absolutely glowing. Shall we try tying it in a different way today? About yesterday. I'm sorry. Because I fell asleep. Yesterday? Why? Sorry for what? I went there to help you sleep. Still. Now that you've gotten a taste of my special touch, it'll be difficult for you to sleep on your own? Hee hee. Pat. Humph, Grand Duchess. What brings you to my office? I was just bored, so I decided to come over. How a dashing gentleman wears a cravat. I have work to attend to this morning. I know. I didn't come here to bother you. I'm just going to read a book here. Don't mind me and get back to doing your work. I even brought a book to learn more ways to tie it. How a dashing gentleman wears a cravat. Did they stop paying the illustrator halfway through? What's up with these drawings? Rather than this messy book. The Grand Duke himself is much more like a proper photo. Is there something you need? Ah, no, it's just. I was staring because you're so handsome. You say things like that to just anyone, don't you, Grand Duchess? What? Just anyone? I have incredibly high standards. I'm definitely not the type of person to say that lightly, Commander. The training schedule you requested. Greetings, Your Grace. Sir Leon? She knows him by name? Ah, here's the training schedule you asked for. I'll go over it, wait a moment. Yes, sir. Sir Leon. I visited Mrs. Marie's a few days ago. Did she tell you? Actually, my mother has been constantly bragging about it. On how she shared a meal with you, Your Grace. She was absolutely delighted. Sir Leon. Yes, Commander. Come back in an hour. Huh? But you said you were going to look at it now. Leave at once. Understood. Did I do something wrong? It appears you've gotten quite close with the knights. Oh, you mean Sir Leon? We came to the ducal castle together. By the way, how old is Sir Leon? Why do you ask? He already looks quite young, but without his pauldrons, he looks even more boyish. He's just so cute, isn't he? Did you just say he was cute? Ah, is it rude to regard a knight as cute? Pardon? That man is more than old enough. And certainly not at an age to be called cute. Did I hurt his ego because I called one of his knights cute? I must get going now. I have appointments all afternoon, so I'll be back late. Suddenly saying he has an appointment then just leaving. I really can't figure him out. Is he always this blunt, or is he just being awkward? You say things like that to just anyone, don't you, Grand Duchess? More importantly, the clothes he wore today suited him so well. The epitome of an ascetic outfit. Though, I think it'd be more beautiful if the sleeves were a bit fuller. What was the fashion for men in the capital like again? The only man from the capital that she knows. Oh, that's right, Ferdin. I received such an expensive gift and completely forgot about it. I should write a letter to Ferdin when I have time. Even if he won't be happy to get my letter, I should at least send my thanks. Dear brother Ferdin, have you been well? I received the jewels. I'm very grateful, but since you came to the wedding, couldn't you have given them to me yourself? I have a mountain of questions. Let's try writing it again. To Lord Ferdin. Thank you for pretending not to know that I was running away from home. By the way, how did you know I was running away? It's a challenge forcing myself to try writing a letter when I actually have nothing to say, huh? That girl is. Your Grace, please have a snack. That's the prim and proper maid I saw yesterday. My goodness, so pretty. Here, you have some too. Ah. Thank you, Your Grace. Delicious. But is fruit this abundant in the north? I'm surprised, since I'd think it'd be too cold to grow this much. Now my brain is finally starting to work. Alright. First, I'll write the greeting. And then I'll organize what I want to say. Your Grace, should I dispose of these papers on the floor? Ah, yes. Please do. Your Grace, I'm here. Your Grace. There's something I didn't get to say this afternoon. From now on, I ask that you do not visit at night, as nothing good can come of us visiting each other's rooms so late. What's wrong with it? We're husband and wife. One in which will be divorced in a year. I know that you're showing me affection out of goodwill, but please do not disrupt my life so much. Do I make you that uncomfortable? I'm someone who is used to being alone. And I'm someone who has to live that way. So, I just shouldn't come at night, right? That doesn't mean anything else is acceptable. I see. Have a good night, I even brought scented oil to give him a hand massage today. I shouldn't have confided in her about the curse, as you can see, although on the surface she's presented as the Marquis's beloved daughter, the rumors that she's the illegitimate daughter the Marchioness had with another man are said to be quite credible. Will you continue to be so cold to her, even after this? Our Duchess isn't even the Marquis's daughter. Our Duchess? Anyway, the truth of the rumors surrounding the Grand Duchess doesn't matter. The Marquis will use her one way or another. If people find out that women can die just from my touch, chaos will descend upon Blenheim. No. This can't happen to my son. If I had known the curse would be passed down, I never would have made a contract with the dragon. Oh, to think that Loic has to inherit this pain. This pain that's worse than death. No. My father had no choice, but I'm different. This wretched, painful bloodline ends with me. It's still chilly. Even though it's this cold, spring will eventually come. I wonder if Annette will like the northern spring. Please let me stay for just 1 year. After that, I'll leave without a trace. 1 year. The Grand Duchess is someone who will leave eventually. She just needs a place to stay for now. I can't get used to the warmth she brings, because if I do, I'll never be able to go back to how things were. Having Annette by my side only lessens the pain. It's not like the curse is being lifted. I shouldn't have anyone by my side. I won't let myself be swayed by Annette any more than this. Knock, knock. Your Grace. I placed the order as you instructed. Starting from dawn today, we'll be bringing in double the amount of strawberries. Good job. And bring a small ottoman and place it next to the sofa in my office. If that's also for Her Grace the Duchess. A small one would be best, wouldn't it? Yes, well. She could even rest her arms on it, so it would be very comfortable. Ahem. She'll be delighted to read a book while eating strawberries. This isn't me being swayed by Annette. I saw that she was uncomfortable. I can't just pretend I didn't notice, right? This much should be fine.